Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday Eve. Let's give some people some time if they want to check in. They'll check in. I'll start shortly. It's a quiet day. It's a little breezy down in Georgia. I'm in Georgia right now. Uh, let's give some people some time to check in. Cheeky, I see you, Cheeky. Good morning. I typed in, but it says an error occurred on YouTube. I don't know what that means. It's my first time on StreamYard. Good morning, tough love. Salute to you. Uh, yeah, let's give some people some. Let's give them a couple more seconds to chime in or jump in there and say good morning at least. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. If you're coming in, please hit the like button. I'm gonna let this go where it goes this morning, but I'm gonna just talk about standing your ground. And I'm not talking about, well, we can talk about that law if y'all want in Florida. I know it might be a touchy situation for some. What happened to that young man and how that man got away with it for standing his ground. But I'm just talking about as individuals, we need to stand our grounds. All right. Good morning once again, everybody. Uh, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off by reading from the Bible. Bear with me. It's going somewhere. I'm gonna read from Romans 7:14 to 25. It says, "For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that I do not, but what I hate, that I do. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then, it is no more that I do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that's in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me. But how to perform that which is good, I find not. For the good that I wouldn't, for the good that I would, I do not. But the evil which I would not, that I do. Now, if I do that, I would not. It is no more that I do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then that law, that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the laws of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of God, but with it, but with the flesh, the law of sin. Right? I read that because there's so many of us, we're trying to do things, we're trying to do things in the right form of fashion. Some of us are changing our lives, or some of us are improving our lives, but let's just say we change. Some of us are changing our lives for the better. Some of us are becoming more responsible with ourselves. Some of us are holding ourselves accountable for the decisions that we made in this life. And I'm telling y'all, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm also telling y'all to stand your ground. Make that your foundation. Stand on it. Stand your ground, right? Because we go through countless days, countless seconds, countless moments of dwelling in the past, and we're fighting ourselves, and we're saying to ourselves, man, if I could go back and change it. We can't change it. We have to live here today. We can't change what happened 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. We can't, some of us can't explain why our parents wasn't there. Some of us can't explain why we didn't receive love from family members. Some of us can't change nothing. We can't change any of it. So we have to go on with the today. And if we're changing for today, we have to stand our ground for today, right? You know, every time you turn around, we're not doing, when we understand that we're not doing things for other people. We're doing it for ourselves first, our family second, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. But we're trying to do the right things, and people are attacking us. Sometimes we attack ourselves because things ain't going the way they are. They're not going the way that we want it to go. But we have to stand our ground. You know, we're having a fight within us. Each and every one of us, we're fighting something within us, right? Somebody pulling on our coattail, somebody slandering our name, somebody attacking our character. Somebody even want to bring up the character from 2001, just a year thrown out random. Oh, he wasn't this. She wasn't that. We left that behind. We're not trying to carry the baggage from yesterday into today. So stand your ground. Let them do that. Let them war against themselves. Let them war against your new you. This battle is not even yours anymore. Your battle is to continue to go forward with your message. Your battle is to go forward with your progression. Your battle is to continue your improvement for yourself, your family, your friends, etc. Stand your ground. We know that people is going to hate us for whatever reason. Why? We shouldn't even worry about it. But we do, because we're human beings. We are. We get that. Excuse me. A lot of us, we feel like, we're doing the right thing, so everybody should like it. It's not always the case. Hate is a real thing. Envy is a real thing. I read that scripture because I know, people are going to have their sayings about that book. It's religious. It's man-made. Whatever you think, I'm pretty sure I could stand. I know for me, I'll speak for me right now. I know for me that what I just read was true in my life. Every time I wanted to do something right, something tried to stop me. Every time I wanted to do something right, something was choking you. You wanted to speak correctly, words get in the way. I mean, something is blocking you. You can't say what you want to say. It's right there at the tip of your tongue, but you can't say it because something is warring within you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Atmosphere, HU. Good morning, everybody. We have to stand our ground. We're going to be attacked from outside. We're going to be attacked inside of our beings. We're already fighting a difficult fight, but stand your ground. Right? Somebody in here is fighting depression. They want to be better. Stand your ground. Somebody in here is fighting a trial or tribulation of a sexual assault. Fight. Stand your ground. Become victorious. Don't be a victim. Be victorious. Be a victor, not a victim. We got to get out of there. We got to fight. But stand your ground. Your ground is the win. That's the foundation. Winning is the foundation. Stand your ground. We are all having a fight. We are. We fight somebody talking about us, slandering our names, misusing our name, misusing our words. Stand your ground. Because in all reality, while we're doing that, we're fighting ourselves. Man, I shouldn't have said that. Man, I knew somebody was going to attack me. Man, I knew this. Man, I knew that. Girl, I knew this. Girl, I knew that. Stand your ground. I remember somebody told me a long time ago, if nobody's talking about you, you ain't doing something right. Maybe that's why they're talking about us, because we're trying to do the right thing. We are going to be under attack because we're not doing the things that others would do. This may be an abnormal thing for some. Y'all know I say it all the time. Common sense ain't common all the time. It's not common anymore. Chivalry is not common anymore. It's like a dying breed. It has a heartbeat. But if that's what you believe it to be, you believe in those things, stand your ground. Be chivalrous. Have common sense. Have the understanding and say, hey, it used to be common, but it's still here. If it has a glimmer of light, if that's what you're standing on, stand your ground. We can't keep allowing people to dictate to us. Sometimes we got to dictate to ourselves. We have to, because if we don't do it, who's going to do it for us? If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? If you don't love yourself, if loving is your your stance, stand your ground. I'm not talking to the people that's on the other side of the fence right now. I would love for y'all to come over and allow this to be your, standing your ground with us. But if that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. They say you should love people that is distant from you with a long handled spoon, meaning you could love them from a distance. I can love people from a distance. I'd just rather love you up close. I would rather love you right in front of me. But if that's where it has to be, that's where it has to be. But you have to stand your ground. You have to understand what's working for you is for you. If you think you're getting blessed, those blessings are for you. If you want to bless other people, stand your ground. That's what you do. We have to be in a consistent mode of battle. We have to be consistent. Good morning, me. We have to be consistent with our everyday activities. But if we standing tall on it, we got to stand our ground on it. You ain't gotta be the size of Goliath. You could be as small as David was. Stand your ground. Have faith that this is the right thing that you're doing. And if we understand that faith the size of a mustard seed, if we understand what a mustard seed is, you only need that little bit of faith to stand your ground, then anything is possible. Our numbers may be stagnated. Stand your ground. We believe the word ain't getting reached to people. Stand your ground. Stand still. Stand your ground. I think others would say, you're going to stand on that 10 toes down. Whatever it is, stand your ground. Stand still. There's no need to move around. Be like the tree. It's fall. Be like the tree. It's windy, but it's swaying. But it ain't moving. The foundation ain't moving. It's standing its ground. For it has no choice unless the roots are getting corroded and failing it and drying up, and it's going to die. Then the tree's going to fall. Like that, we have to stand our ground. We have no choice. Let's root to the foundation. Stand your ground. It don't look good right now. It might be cloudy in your section, in your sector of town, in your state. It doesn't mean it's going to rain always. A little bit of light can defeat a giant screen of darkness. A dark room can't win. If you pull out your cell phone at night, let's say you going to use the restroom at night and all your lights is out. If you touch your screen and that little bit of light touches your bathroom, you can see everything in your bathroom. I get it. People want to memorize things. You might wake up. It's time for us to wake up. Wake up, everybody. Stand your ground. Stand still. Good morning, Rachel. We have to stand our ground. If this is what we believe it to be, stand your ground. For those that's doing the wrong thing, you guys are welcome. Good morning, Jenny. Stand your ground. If you come on over and join us, there's room for everybody in this thing. We're not disinviting anybody. Anybody could change. I don't believe in the logic that once a cheater, always a cheater, or The leopard don't change the spot. That leopard won't change the spot, but we're not leopards. We're human beings. People want to say evolve. People want to say change. I'm going to say we improve. I don't think you can improve for the worse. That's just my thought. Excuse me. I believe that you change for the worse, but you can improve for the better. That's just me. Because at the end of the day, we want to improve. We want to rise. And for, standing, while I'm talking about standing my ground, I have to believe that this is an occasion for me to rise to. I believe that this is the reason why we must stand tall, because we're going to continuously be under attack. We're going to continuously be shot down with an arrow. We're going to be shot at. Arrows, words, bullets, God forbid, none of them hit us. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words, may they not penetrate me, because words do hurt. But stand on your words. Stand on your ground. I'm here to do A, B, and C. I'm here to encourage somebody. I'm here to show somebody that, hey, we can change. I'm here to show somebody that it is possible for me to touch one person. The Bible says one could win 1,000. I'm just trying to win one. I'm not even trying to win one. I'm trying to show one that it can be better than it was yesterday. For that person going through anxiety, you want to fight it. You believe you could win. Stand your ground. Even if you lose the battle, the goal is to win the war. The race is not given to the swift nor the strong. It's for those that endure. We have to endure because they're going to come at us each and every second, each and every day. Endure. You know how many people is killing themselves just to make a paycheck in life, just to earn money? We can stand our ground for that. We can stand our ground for what we believe in. And yes, those are two different things, but the principle is still the same. We're going out there to do something because we feel we need to do it. I feel I need to say this. I need to say, stand your ground. There's nothing wrong with what you decide to do in your life right now. Once again, I'm not talking to those people that want to do the negative things. I'm not talking about those people that want to constantly talk about somebody. I'm not talking about those people that want to attack another person's family, children. We're grown. We can handle, some of us can handle certain things. Some of us can't. We got to strengthen ourselves for this battle. If we don't, we're going to be standing on sinking sand. Nothing grows without solidness, fertileness. If you plant the seed, right? You can't plant a seed on cement. It won't grow. It has to be fertile ground, and then the rest takes care of itself. You're gonna water the seed, and God willing, sunlight, you got it in the right place, but it always got to be in the right place to receive everything. I believe each and every one of us is in our right place right now, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna grow. And people that was with us before, they may not be able to come with us. That's fine. Stand your ground. We're gonna lose to win. They say a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. That's stand on that. Make that your ground you stand on. If you believe you're doing the right thing, I believe I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to stand on that. I can't quit. I have to win. We always want to be number one. Well, let's be number one in this. Let's be number one in not quitting and allowing somebody to hear what you have to say. If they disagree, let's disagree respectfully. We can agree to disagree. Let's do that respectfully. If you don't agree with what I'm saying right now, I get it. But I'm going to agree to disagree with you respectfully. And it's okay. We don't have to target somebody because they disagree with us. Stand your ground. Stand your ground on with your morals. I will not attack somebody's children. I will not attack somebody's mama. If I got a problem with you, let's work it out, men or women. And this goes for everybody. Stand your ground with your morals. You don't have to be that monster that's dwelling inside of us. We don't have to be the old us. I'm pretty sure I can speak for you, most men. I can't speak for the ladies. I'm pretty sure when we was young, boy, we was invincible. We tear somebody's head off. Let them say, I wish a nigga would. Excuse my language. Hoping for somebody to say something crazy, just so you could just drop them with your fists. Not with the guns, but with your fists. You wanted to show yourself. Let's not go back to that. Let's stand on this newness. We still can be dominant without violence. You can be a dominant person without violence. What do I mean? Your words can influence that kid to go back to school. Excuse me. Your words can influence that young lady to go back home. Now, I said that because in my life, I've seen plenty of young women run away from home because they didn't like the structure at home. And I get it. We teenagers, we smelling ourselves, our chest is pumped up, our hair looking whatever. But we can't do that no more. There's a newness in each and every one of us. We have to understand we can't change that past. Some people may have had a result through that. A young man might have had, a teenager might have had a kid as a teenager. A young man, a teenage boy could have had a child by that time. A teenage girl may have had a child at that time. If we stand in our ground today, we don't worry about that. We work on what we can do today. We do right by that child that's here today from that situation. Not a mistake. No child is a mistake unless that odd thing happened. Right? I believe that. But we work on what we can today. We do what we have to do. We stand on our ground. We stand our ground to be the best us we can be for that child. We stand our ground to be the best us we can be today. I know Tough Love he does mentoring. He goes and talks to the kids. Continue to stand your ground, Tough Love. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't care what nobody say. You are doing something that seemed to be the most minor of things, but it's a seed that you plant in those kids' lives. You don't know which one of those young men will turn around and say, you know what? Tough Love did this for me. I'm going to help somebody because somebody looked out for me. That's the seed we planted. Stand your ground, Tough Love. Salute to you. Appreciate that. And each and every one of us. That's why when I see people in certain chats and they say the things that they say, I go, you need to start your chat. You need to start your channel. Because what you're saying in the chat may help somebody on your live. Right? I know I'd be suggesting that thing to people. Right? Like I met Jenny in Tough Love chat. And I say, Jenny, me and Jenny will have conversation. Jenny, you need to start you one. You have the encouraging words that can change somebody's life. It's not about saving the world, it's about saving one. One seed plants and another and another. Let's start that. Stand in the ground. I believe Jenny can do that. I know Atmosphere can do it. Chidi does it all the time. Right? Meek does it all the time. I'm saying this to say, if we stand our ground, we can do the things that we need to do to help somebody. Not help everybody. That would be great. It's a blessing if that happens. But right now, we need to help someone. Someone in here might need to hear this. Someone might be doubting themselves right now as I'm speaking. Stand your ground. Stand still and stand your ground. Plant yourself in your decision of doing the right thing. Stand still. Because at the end of the day, if you believe that you're doing something correct, it will reveal itself. I tell people all the time, if you do your best, God will do the rest. He will. Because at the end of the day, you're doing something right. It's not like you going out there being a stick-up kid. It's not like you up there peddling drugs in the community. It's not like y'all sitting out there, for ladies, you sitting out there giving yourself to unworthy men. You guys have standards. Stand on it. Nothing wrong with it. Don't care what the people say. Don't worry about them. Because if you're doing right, the right result will come out of it. It's time for us, like I said earlier, it's time for us to be the occasion to rise to. Meaning if we stand up, people gonna look at us and say, oh, okay, there is some people doing the right thing. We have to stand up, but we have to stand our ground too. In order to stand up, you got to stand still. Nobody just jumps up and runs in the air. We got to stand. We got to stand on our 2 feet. Stand up. Stand your ground. If we're fighting, and most of us have fought before, we have a standing position. You stand in your ground for defensive purposes. Stand your ground here for your defensive purposes. Not to deflect, but to block. Deflecting and blocking may be 2 different things for me, but it may be the same for you. But what I'm saying is put your guards up. Set your feet. Make sure they standing still. Block. Stand your ground. That's what we have to do. There's nothing wrong with what we're talking about. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing. We have to understand that there is going to be an attack on us. Like I said earlier, we're probably fighting ourselves. I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe, why did I say that? This or that. No, we fight ourselves enough. Stand on your ground. We got to understand that the better of us is going to win. That's what's in us. Outside of us, we have to understand our word is going to win because it's right. We ain't out here peddling, all right, well, this one need to go somewhere. Nobody has a heaven or hell to put us in. No one. We don't even understand that we our words have power. So how can somebody put us in a heaven or hell? People don't understand by doing the right things, you can be doing something to influence somebody, to improve somebody. But we always worrying about the negative stuff. I don't care what the negative things are doing. I'm not talking about those people who quote unquote is in a higher class. Guess what? The class today is a human being. And most of us are trying to get a passing grade. I hope. Stand your ground and continue to learn what you need to learn. Stand your ground to improve yourself to get to where you got to get to. Stand your ground. If you don't stand your ground, you're going to fail. Because something was placed within you. We are all born with gifts. Each and every one of us is everything that we need to go forward in this life is already within us. We don't see it because we're so focused on the physical. We're focused on seeing things with our eyes and not the spiritual eye. We have to stand our ground, guys. Excuse me. We have to. If we don't, we're not going to win. I don't look right now. I'm having a battle right now. I'm trying to say things to help somebody, and I'm coughing, and my voice feel like it's under attack. My throat feel like it's under attack. I have to stand my ground. I'm going to win this because at the end of the day, speaking for me, I feel like I'm doing the right thing. So I have to stand up, stand my ground. You know, some people are being told to move around. That's what you're being told. Follow what you're being told. Your conscience is your first preacher. Excuse me. Follow what it's saying. You should never believe that your conscience is going to lead you down the wrong path. So if it's telling you to go ahead and start alive, stand your ground. If it's giving you a topic to speak about right at this moment, stand your ground. Atmosphere, you play too much. I'm gonna tell you, sugar mama, don't play with me, atmosphere. You know we beefing anyway, but beefing in a good way because we're joking. But stand your ground. Let me stay focused because atmosphere trying to go somewhere with it. I'm gonna stand my ground. We have to continue to do the things that we need to do to go forward. No ifs, ands, or buts. I believe each and every one of us that is here is going to reap the rewards of doing the right thing. And we may not see it today, but who's to say it won't be passed down to the next generation? Your kids might get it. You may be alive to see it though. And you could say, you know what? I am so glad that I stood my ground because now I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. Don't give up. Don't allow one bad incident to determine how you stand your ground. We're gonna be knocked out. We're gonna be knocked down. But the fight is not lost if you get knocked down. You lose because you don't get up. Stand up. That's why I keep saying stand your ground. People want to push us. Remember when we was kids and we go to the playground and we play like, you know, tug of war. We're pulling and we're pulling and we're pulling. Guess what we was doing? We were standing our ground. We was trying to show people, yo, we're strong enough to stand our ground. That has not changed today. We're just not using ropes because there's people on the other side pulling at it. There's people on that other side of that line trying to pull us out of our situation, pull us out of our comfort zone, pull us back to where we were 20 years ago. And if you're 30, I'm going to say 10 and plus, because some of us might be a little bit older. But if we continue to pull ourselves together, if we continue to plant our feet and pull, we can get through the trials and tribulations that is holding us back from winning. We have to, because nobody wants to be called a loser. If we're doing the right thing, we can't be called a loser. Haters are going to do that, but you know, their words at that time shouldn't hurt us. We shouldn't give it life. Stand your ground. Continue to do what you need to do. Preach. That's why because that's, you know, tough love. I sometimes, you know, we just push start and we talk. Maybe it gives somebody something to talk about. I'm not here to stand in nobody's way. I hope to add to somebody and not subtract. I believe that's doing the right thing, and I'm going to stand on that. Because at the end of the day, if you can help one person, you're already winning. By me pushing the go live button or tapping on the screen, I'm already winning because I already defeated a foe that told me not to do it in the first place. And of course, there's going to be people in the background. Oh, he don't know. He think he know it all. Who is he to tell me something? I'm just a person that's just talking. I'm giving my opinion of how or what I would do. I'm speaking to me, but I'm speaking to y'all. I'm pointing at the screen, but 3 fingers are pointed back at me. So I'm speaking to myself at the same time because even I got to stand my ground. You know, Meek and Cheeky, they start your channel. I was very hesitant to start the channel. I was. They'll tell you. They'll be my witnesses. Oh man, you hesitating, bust it down. You hesitating. Meek in the background. I'm gonna sing a song for you. I'm gonna make it your theme song. I don't need a theme song. I need something to make me go forward. And you guys did that. So I appreciate you guys for speaking life into me, for me to push, go live and talk. And that's what I do for other people. I ain't gonna mention good morning, realist. I'm not going to mention names, but I'm pretty sure I've spoken to several people and say, hey, you give encouraging words. I just mentioned one earlier, Jenny. But I speak to other people and say the same thing. You guys can add to this thing. It's not knowledge is only knowledge if you give it to somebody for them to learn from. Information is only good if you can give it to somebody and they use it. So here I am doing that, and I'm going to stand my ground because I truly believe what I'm saying is correct. I can't have all this information that's being given to me from whomever, from above, the earth, wherever, and not give it to somebody. Because if I'm doing that, there's no need for me to have it. So I have to push go live and talk. Because it may help somebody. It really would. Right? If somebody comes in here right now, I promise you, I've done this on other people's chats. If somebody was to come in here right now and say something, somebody say a prayer for me, or I'm going through this and that, I will stop what I'm doing right now. I will tell y'all, listen, hold on, bear with me, say a prayer, and go back to what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, this may be helping somebody. Why would people look for help on social media? Because they feel like they ain't got nowhere else to go. We can sit behind the monitor and talk all we want. Somebody might be telling the truth in their life. It's up to us to try the spirit and see if the spirit is real or not. Try the person, see if they're going through it or not. That's why this thing is important. Excuse me. I understand that people think this is a game. I understand that people think, we talk about hit the like buttons, and that's what people really, really, really look for, to hit the like button. Some people will turn this into a monetization and make this their job. If that happens for me, I'm blessed. If it doesn't happen for me, I'm still blessed. Because in my mind, in my heart, and in my soul, I'm standing my ground by doing this because I believe this is the right thing for me to do. It doesn't matter what that next person is saying. I'm pretty sure as I continue to go forward, there's going to be a troll in the chat sooner or later. I can see that. Because the enemy is going to be mad sooner or later and say, yo, stop this dude. Stop atmosphere. Stop realist. Stop me. Stop tough love. Stop Jenny and anybody else. If y'all have a channel, that's going to happen. The devil never bothers his own. If he got you, you ain't got to worry about him. He got you already. The enemy is standing his ground saying that if I got you, you will never be released. That's real. Because people really don't change sometimes. Sometimes that happens. But if you plant that seed, if you shine that light in that darkness, that person can change. And I'm going to stand on that. Maybe what I'm saying can help somebody. I'm standing on that. It may not reach the masses, like I said earlier. If it reaches one, I'm winning. And that's how we all should go about today. And if we're blessed to see tomorrow. As this year is winding down, everybody, I think I was on Meek's chat, and I just said, hey, your season is this, your season of this is coming next year. This, and this, right? Because I believe this is what God wants for you guys. Well, guess what? It's the fourth quarter. We're in the final 2 minutes of the quarter. We can start, even if we feel like the game is over, we can start the foundation even at the end of the game. Because guess what? If we're blessed to see tomorrow, we could use the thing that we're using today and put it into our game plan tomorrow. You can do it when you're winning. You can do it when you're losing. I love sports, and I promise you, if it is possible, you could be up by 20 and down by 20. But if you keep your game plan and see the progression in it, you can see which player is following suit, which player is progressing in the offense that's being presented by you to your team. And while I'm speaking for myself, we are all a team because we all have the same goal. We all have the same agenda. We all stand in our ground and believing that what we're doing is correct. So we are a team, whether y'all understand it or not. Some of us got to be a little bit more of a team player, but that's another story for another day. Matter of fact, scratch that. That can be spoken about today. If you're not a team player, go play golf and tennis, because those are the only games, right? And if you want to be a daredevil, go race go to Monaco and go in the Grand Prix. But most of us, the majority of us, we get ourselves prepared to be a part of a team, and we are a team. I believe everybody that's in this chat room right now, we are on a team. Everybody that views this later on, we are on a team. You're here because you believe that what I'm saying is well enough. So we're a part of a team. We don't go to different channels and I'm not one of the, well, let me rephrase that, because there are people that be in the bushes. I ask y'all this. If y'all in the bushes, I ask y'all to be the ram in the bush. Don't be in the bushes. Be the ram in the bush. Sacrifice yourself for somebody else to gain something for themselves. Why are we hiding? There's no need for us to hide. I don't care if somebody says, well, I shouldn't be in his chat. If Realist is saying something that is constructive for me, I'm going to be there. If Atmosphere says something in his chat, I'm going to be there. If he's saying something on his live, I'm going to be there. You know, Tough Love, he's a different scenario. But I'm there because he is saying something constructive. Not because I know his family. We are a part of the same family. We are a part. No, that's a plus for me. Trust me, it's a plus. Because I have no problem to say, hey, yo, the crap that you spewing out your mouth is just that, crap. I'm not here for the beef. I'm here to add to someone that needs to be added to. I'm not here to cause chaos. I'm here to debunk it. We don't need to live in chaos. I'm standing on my ground and say, yo, life can be peaceful. I'm telling you, I'm standing on my ground to let you know that chaos does not have to be your peace. Peace could be your peace. And for those that don't understand that, I'll break it down like this. We don't have to live crazy and expect crazy to be an everyday thing. We don't have to live like that. We can actually live with a bird chirping in the morning, a butterfly flying during the day, and the stars coming out at night. And we can all be fine with that. For those that don't have to go out there and hustle and bustle. Now, I respect those that work, so we understand that you got to go to work. But for those that don't, that could be a peaceful day for you. For a person that's coming home from work, they could come home, get them something to eat, sit on their couch, watch whatever they're going to watch, and put their feet up because they know they don't have to deal with chaos. Stand on that ground that I can live in peace without chaos. I don't have to survive by talking about Joe Blow, Jane Doe. I don't have to survive like I don't get peace out of that. I'd rather pray AY than pray EY for somebody, at somebody. We can all do this. I believe that's our assignment because, excuse me, God knows everybody else is doing that right now. So it's not like, shut up, Meek. Gary, let me find out you spitting that quiet fire, butterflies, birds, and stuff. Excuse me, Meek, that's just peace, right? Like, I don't know how many of us have sons, right? For the men. I'm not trying to be sexist, right? But if we go outside and we say, let's go, look, we ain't going into the mountains at camp. Let's just go outside and look at the stars at night. That's a piece that you bring it to you and a piece you bring it to that child. And y'all get to sit there and have an open conversation. Son, what's going on? For girls, like I said, I'm not trying to be sexist. It might be going to get a mani and a pedi. Girl, what you thinking about? Daughter, what's going on with you? This, that, and the third. That's peaceful. You ain't got to be ratchet and yelling. Girl, you know that heifer did. We ain't got to go to the barber shop and say, Joe Neckbone, man, he over there, he's slinging some rocks and he pulled out the gat and we don't have to do that. We all come to an understanding. We have matured into a different person. When you was a child, you do childish things. Now that we are maturing to adults, men or women, we don't do the childish things. We don't do that no more. That's what maturation is. We still growing. Stop being grown, because when you're grown, you're not going to listen to nobody. Don't stand your ground being grown. Stand on ground that you still growing. Stand on that ground that you still can gather information and apply it to your life. Stand on the ground that what I just got, I can give to somebody and maybe it'll do something for them like it did for me. We don't have to be selfish in winning. We could be selfless and still win. That's why I keep talking about team sports. Because if you make the shot and I'm on your team, we got 2 points. It is not a slave mentality. Let's throw that out. Winning does not have to be about, no. Being on a team does not have to be, we sick. No, we ain't sick. I'm sick. I'm coughing. I want y'all to pray for me if y'all think I'm sick. Lord, let this, whatever that is that's holding him back, get it out of him. But if we're doing it together, your shot could let us win. You hitting a home run could make us win a World Series championship. You kicking that field goal in the last second makes us a champion. Each one of us has a role on the team. Let's just do our role. Somebody could be a quarterback. Somebody could be a wide receiver. Some of us even got to take one for the team. We took one for the team for our man to get some. We took one for the team for our girl to get that dude. Let's take one for the team and do something right with it now. At the end of the day, if we're doing this for the right reason, we should stand our ground for it. If we ain't standing our ground, we are divided, and if we're all divided, we will never win. So with that being said, if you guys have any questions right now, or you have any statements or whatever, I'll read it and then I'll elaborate on something. If you didn't understand what I was saying, let's take the time to do that. But I do believe that we are standing our ground, and I believe at the end of the game, we are going to win. We didn't win this entire year, but now that we're standing our ground, we could take this, what we're standing on, and put it into 2024. This year is over. What we lost, we lost. Let's leave it where it's at. But as we begin next year, in this case, I'm going to say a new season, we can take what we learned and apply it there and leave what we lost behind. Because we already know how we lost. We don't need to bring what we lost to tomorrow. We lost. That didn't help us win. So what we learned, how to stand still, stand our ground, go forward, let's do that. That's what they say, mate. Teamwork makes the dream work. It really can, if we do it right. We should not be on a team and be selfish. That's why, for example, right? There's a debate about Michael Jordan and LeBron James, right? Michael, we know, if you watch sports, Michael Jordan, he took a lot of shots. LeBron James is a team player. A lot of people may flock to LeBron because he's on a team effort. For the individual, they'll say Michael Jordan is the greatest because he did it like they couldn't win without him. That's true. But at the end of the day, if we're trying to make our teammates better, we don't need you to take all the shots. You got to trust me to take a shot somewhere down the line. If I say, you know what, somebody take this word and apply it to your life. And if you apply it to your life and it's winning, I expect you to do the same for somebody else. I don't need to take the shot. You can take the shot. You can kick the field goal and we'll win. Right? Exactly, me. It may be bleak, and it may be bleak right now, but you still have time. You got time to correct things. You got time to change and adjust to a winning formula. Yes, Cheeky, there is no I in team. There is no I in team. Right? So, at the end of the day, let's not just be selfish. If we're a team, I can't worry about me. I can't worry about I. Don't turn me into a troll over that debate. Never. Atmosphere, you good. You good. I'm just gonna tell the sugar mama what you're doing. But other than that, we good, Atmosphere. You dig? But yeah, we just gotta, like I said, we gotta stay focused, stand on that ground, believe that ground is so fertile that we can't be moved off it. If we can be moved off it, then we're gonna have a problem. The problem is we're gonna be we're wavering, and if we're wavering, we'll probably be on the fence. And as that book say, you can't serve two masters. So we really got to decide which one we're gonna choose. We're gonna choose the side of right, or we're gonna choose the side of wrong. We're gonna choose the side of peace. We're gonna choose the side of chaos. I'd rather choose peace. I'd rather choose right, because we see what wrong is doing. Wrong is causing wars. Wrong is causing rumors of wars. Debates is turning into fights. We don't have time for that. Let's live to live today. Some people want to live again, but you can't be so heavily bound that you're no earthly good. While we got to protect our peace, we got to show people why peace is worth fighting for. We fought for nonsense. There's been plenty of dudes that fought over a girl. There's been plenty of girls that fought over a guy. In the scenario, there's two people fighting for one thing. Y'all elaborate on that if y'all want to. But the point is, we got to do the things that we need to do to stand on the side that we think is going to win. I'm standing my ground to believe that I'm standing on the right side and we're going to win. For me, it's not a debate. I have that faith to understand that this is going to allow me to, this is going to get me where I need to go. This is going to help somebody where it's going to go. This is going to get to the people that going to get to the finish line. We can get to the finish line. Tough love. Appreciate you, cuz. Salute to you. Get the miles in. It's up to us though. What do we want to do? Like, it's really up to us. So with that being said, and since nobody have questions besides me being silly and atmosphere being silly, I truly appreciate y'all taking time out of your mornings to hear the conversation. I appreciate the support and the encouragement that you guys give me on a constant basis. Like, you guys are like really awesome. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Cheeky said there's no I in team, but we all can do it. She is correct. There is no I in team. Y'all spell it yourself. Since there's no I in team, we can win. We can be successful. We can win the championship. We can do whatever we set our minds to. We could plant the seed and grow a beautiful garden and let nature take its course. The true nature, not man's nature. Stand your ground, everybody. Don't waver, and please don't stand on sinking sand. Cheeky said we can do it, and we can. For those that catch the replay, I appreciate it. I truly believe, I pray that this touches you and allows you to understand that if you're doing the right thing, stand your ground. We can do it, everybody. Don't waver. Even if you're not winning, we can lose this game today and bring it with us tomorrow. And I promise you, we will win more than we will lose. Stand your ground, everybody. Thank y'all all for listening. If you catch the replay, like I said, thank you for listening. Or thank you for the replay. With that being said, let's go on out there. Have a good day. Stand your ground. Let's win. Go team, go. I'm out.